What's going on, guys? Hey, we've got a very spicy video coming up. So this channel, man, Senor Military right here, Senor Military, has been putting together some of really some of the best combat footage and putting it all together and kind of narrating some of it. It's really good content. So check out their channel for sure. We're gonna watch this. This says 23 minutes of hell. Ukrainian forces raid Russian bunkers in heavy close combat. It's gonna be sick. I already clicked through it, and it's some of the really popular assaults that we've seen from like Azov when they were in Serbiansk Forest, Liman area, some third assault stuff. So this is gonna be cool, man. Hey, do me a favor, please like, share, subscribe, you guys. We are on the road to 50,000 subs, which is absurd, but I'm very grateful. So thank you guys for that. Please like and share. I'm convinced the more people we get to see this content, the more positive effects that it'll have on people, at least in the same kind of industry that I'm in. With that said, we are still, I made the TCCC adapted combat medicine course, but adapted is what I'm calling it because the original TCCC that's been used for the last almost 30 years is outdated, frankly. It's made for the Middle East. It's made for GWAT era conflicts, and it does not take enemy drones into consideration. It doesn't take longer exfil times, CAS evac times into consideration. So I put kind of something together for you guys in March, or through the March algorithm: massive bleeds, airway, respiration, circulation, head trauma, and hyperthermia. But with the adapted things that I think need to be implemented into the new teachings of TCCC. Check that out if you're in kind of the industry that I'm in, if you will. Okay, lastly, then we'll jump into it. We are wrapping up. We are almost done with our fundraiser for John and Patrick. Check this out.
Hello everyone from Different Breed. My name is John from Sweden. This is Patrick from Norway. We've been in Ukraine for 4 years now. We are transitioning into drones, and we're taking drone classes right now, and we need your help. We are launching a fundraiser for controllers, ground station cables, antennas, and goggles. We're very thankful for all you guys' help up until this point. It means a lot to us. And a lot of the work we've been doing down here wouldn't be possible without you guys' help. So we truly appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And Slava Ukraini! Героям слава!
We are so close, guys. We are about to help these guys literally become become effective and combat effective on the front. Once we hit this number, the 3,700, these guys are getting all their drone equipment, their ground station stuff, the stuff they need to work on the front, and then they're going to send us video and stuff of what they're doing out there. So really, really cool. Grateful for all the help that we've already gotten for this. If you're willing and able and want to donate to something where you're going to see some results from it, consider donating to these guys. Here's the little QR code thing. All right, I will shut up. Let's jump into this, guys. Check out Senor again. Great channel, putting some cool stuff together. Viewer discretion advised.
Быстро! Спрашиваю еще раз, есть кто-то?
Ukrainian forces are conducting a raid on the positions of the occupiers in a forested area in the Kharkiv region.
Поехали. Работай!
Ukrainian soldiers begin their attack as soon as they arrive in the area.
Пошел!
The enemy comes under attack before they can understand what hit them.
Да! Да! Иду!
In the first clash, a portion of the enemy forces is neutralized. Then the bunkers are immediately cleared.
Иду. Чисто? Все, плюс! Базар чисто!
In the following hours, a support infantry unit arrives in the area. The first cleared zone is quiet for now, but everything is just beginning.
Все, берем, затягуємося. Мужчини, агов, увага!
The support unit enters the bunkers and exchanges information about the operation, and the fighting begins.
Давай, давай, вампір, ріж. Йома вже почти біля целі.
Так работает настоящий тигр. Сначала дрон, а потом...
Look at this is something else that could go into more of a infantry SOP adapted series, if you will, is using these very small, like almost like this that I have. It's called a tiny whoop, but they have different versions of them. But you can literally fit this in your pocket. I mean, look at the size it is, and it's got a camera on it. And what they're doing here is they keep one of these in their bag or in their pocket sometimes. And if there's enemy nearby, they can't find them. They don't want to risk their guys just literally walking onto their position. They'll send one of these up, check with their phone, that's their screen, and they will watch and see exactly where the enemy is, and then they'll move forward. This is the future of infantry or recon tactics for sure. I mean, it's not even the future, it's the present.
Пехота. Кину. Есть. Сейчас бабах.
Давай, подходь. Давай, там не... Хто кинув гранату?
The enemy enters the bunkers. Since they were caught off guard, they cannot put up a strong resistance.
Та є. Та все, я думаю, все, треба займати укриття. Що ти заникався? Так! Славно!
After fighting for a while, the enemy is suppressed. Drone operators come into play.
Контрольно, обережно. Север, наліво.
Да. Все, класс, есть, готов один. Так, зараз ми переглянемо сектор впереді і я дам команду, уберете жмура з відкритої місцевості, запхнете його в куст, як прийняв.
Север плюс прийняли. Та нормально. Давай, хлопці. Інформацію всю я буду тут крити. Давай, я крию.
The belongings of the neutralized Russian soldiers are searched. However, there are still enemies in the vicinity.
Because that portion's blurred, basically, he like our narrator just said, the Ukrainians searched him, and then they drug him into the bushes. So any enemy drones, observation drones, surveillance drones don't see that the Ukrainians just smoked this position. And then this guy whose perspective we're on dead checked him, tapped him twice in the head, and now they're moving on.
Спереді від вас, метрів 15-20 за жмуром, зліва в кусті, там де зараз авата, є ще одне укриття.
A Russian soldier decides to surrender. The soldier's first words are, "I am Azerbaijani."
Та мені хто ти, давай викидай все на.
So
Викидай, друже, все.
However, this changes nothing.
Ти сам ішов?
Да я прийшов, щоб пішла я вибиваю.
Так, диви, може там яка-то петушня, це може бути засада.
Нет никого, честно говорю, нет. Я дома. Да не беспокойся, никого нет.
Цинкуй туди, вампір, 12 твої.
After checking the surroundings and confirming that the enemy is alone, he is interrogated.
Лежи, не бійся, ніхто тебе трогати не буде. Лежи, ти за тих воюєш.
Не воюю я выживаю.
Лежи.
The Russian soldier's aim is to show that he did not come here with the motivation to fight and that he is not an enemy. However, in the end, he was on the Russian side. What do you think about this situation?
We've talked about this a lot, man. About these foreigners who some of them claim to be tricked into joining the military. Some of them say that they were basically illegally arrested and the only way out of jail was to fight. They were illegally arrested in Russia for something there, or maybe their visa expired. Anyways, the government was using it as a excuse to send them out on the front lines. I'm sure there is some legitimacy to some of those claims because we've heard a lot of them. The last one we watched a video, was a Vietnamese man. But also, it's very important to remember a lot of these guys came here to fight and earn money and kill Ukrainians and rape and pillage and murder. So it's important to remember that as well. Is this guy one of them? Who knows?
Ну стой, Россия. Россия. Давай, вали. Вали.
Сколько лет тебе? 50 лет, ты дед старый.
It is learned that this soldier is 50 years old. We do not know how he decided to come here, but it is clear that he regrets it.
Yeah, most of them do.
Давай руку. Все, пошли, за ручку тебя поведу. Сюда, давай.
The Russians are aware that this soldier is in captivity. The captured Russian soldier is taken to the bunker. The unit will provide him with medical assistance.
Всю браво, перетягуєш ось, дивись, і починаєте рухатися вперед.
The unit in the field continues the operation from where it left off.
Все нормально буде. Можеш палку собі взяти, да. Ми рухаємося, але повільно, тому що нашому другу погано, голова крутиться.
Water is given to another Russian soldier who has surrendered.
Маленькими глоточками, понял? 19. Благодаря таким, як ти. Я йду воювати.
Drone operation.
The captured Russians asked the Ukrainian, "How old are you?" The Ukrainian said, "I'm 19. I'm here because of you guys." Heavy, dude.
Operators actively monitor the enemy and relay information to the infantry. While the surroundings are calm, tension suddenly rises again.
50 вперед і витягувалась потроху в ліву сторону, щоб ми вас побачили. Як прийняв?
Выходи, сдавайся! Выходи!
Oh. Claymores.
After the clash, a few more Russian soldiers are taken prisoner.
Those were claymores the guy set off. He had a clacker, or basically like a detonator, and he set him off to try to kill the Ukrainians.
Оттуда?
Оттуда йшов сюди? Да. А куди йшов?
Оттуда, в ту сторону, пацанам води.
Ти просто гуляєш?
Я потерялся. Везде стреляют.
А що ти хотів? За ту сторону воюєш. Повезло тебе, дурак. Голова, два уха. Воевать пошел.
Almost all of the surrendering Russian soldiers complain about the same things.
They forced
talk
me.
about being left helpless and alone. The Russians generally send soldiers to the front lines whom they no longer want to return.
Я иду вообще, я не знаю. Нас выгнали, говорю, как свиней.
Кто выгнал?
Командир.
Що, домой хочеш?
Да какого у меня нет дома.
Ну хочеш жити, да?
Я бы лучше иметь хорошее для кого-нибудь хорошее.
Все, ти будеш сьогодні для хорошого діла працювати, допомагати нам. Щоб ми теж поїхали додому разом з тобою.
У вас есть курить?
Есть, а потом дадут. Один пленный ваш тоже есть.
While the prisoners are being taken to a safe area, the others keep watch. The Russians may want to neutralize their surrendering soldiers.
Костя, давай!
Красавана!
Походу в бій. Давай.
The Russians attack the area with FPVs. Instead of staying in the bunker, the Ukrainian soldiers immediately head outside.
Иди сюда!
The unpredictable attack directions created by drones are truly terrifying. The echo created in the forested area makes this even worse.
FPV летят. Встаньте все под деревья.
Fortunately, the FPV attacks turn out to be off target. The unit re-enters the bunker.
Бачите, парень, у вас уже свої поваги. Що ти так грузно викиваєш?
The other infantry group gets to work clearing the remaining bunkers.
I remember this part. Those Russian FPVs came in and injured the Russian POW. And so that guy was like, why are you so sad? Because he was telling the Russian prisoner that, and the Russian prisoner was like nodding his head like sadly. And the Ukrainian's like, why the sad nod? And the other Ukrainian's laughing. He's like, what's he have to be happy about?
Сдавайся! Сближаємося, сближаємося! Ага, сближаємося! Дивлюсь право! Хорошо, заходь! Давай, вылазь!
Those caught in the open field surrender, while those in the bunkers continue to resist.
Смотри, уже нету ваших многих живых. Сейчас очень хорошо подумай, есть кто-то там? Да или нет?
Он 200.
Кто 200?
Ну, там лежит 200.
Должен быть, да, 200, потому что я его звал, ну...
Выходи! Ты сдаешься или нет? Последний шанс!
Раз!
Он ствол выбросил, стой! Руки покажи!
Не будем убивать, давай! Давай, выходи!
Все, не стреляй!
Пойду закину гранату!
Не стреляй!
У тебя выбора нету!
Вторую показал, быстро! Спрашиваю еще раз, есть кто-то?
A soldier in this bunker decides to surrender with his hands in the air.
Что, раздуплила, да, термобарчик?
Давай, выходи!
Вышел!
Выводи его, выводи!
Не да... Пацаны, принимай!
Бегом! Бегом! Не трогай! Идем!
Держать!
Чисто! Уходи, уходи!
Бачите, ми повністю прочистили ліс.
All prisoners of war are brought to the bunker with their hands tied. The area is largely cleared.
А мені одну руку можна посмотреть?
These soldiers also receive medical treatment, and then they move toward another area.
Да. Покажи, Лен.
Да.
Так не рухай рукою.
Так, все, мужчини, давайте, собрались і додому поїхали.
This ruined former settlement is a great spot where fleeing enemies could hide. Knowing this, the Ukrainian soldiers advance by checking every corner of the area.
Давай, давай. Аккуратно.
Тут подвал.
Банка!
As expected, a few Russian soldiers are found. They surrender without any resistance.
Що там? Є хтось?
Спрятался? Голова. Что там? Стой.
Подівлі в підвалі.
The Russian soldiers were probably hoping they would not be found there. However, the areas to hide in this region are limited. That is why this was the first place that came to mind.
Ну что? 4-5 союзов. Так, ну что, жить хотите? Да, хотите.
Нас как зайцев кинули, куда идти? Знаете, все непонятно.
Понятно, что уже, что поделать?
Понятно.
В подвале.
From the conversations of the Russian soldiers, we understand that they have been left alone here. Additionally, since they cannot find supplies, they are helpless from every direction.
Не вывозите войну?
These soldiers are also taken prisoner and escorted to a safe zone. The area is now clear, and the mission is successfully completed.
Не прошло.
In this operation, Ukrainian forces move into the area to carry out a striking operation against enemy positions.
So I was thinking that there was Azov footage in here, but I'm clearly mistaken. This is all 3rd Assault Brigade. So far.
After the drone operator provides location information, the infantry moves out. Following the sound of drones coming from the sky, an important warning comes over the radio. These drones were enemy drones.
Кир, почув?
Fortunately, they do not notice the Ukrainian soldiers. This allows them to approach the enemy territory undetected.
Бачим.
Beforehand, Ukrainian drone operators carry out several attacks on the enemy.
Вони біжать прямо на вас по галявині. Зустрічайте, з півдня біжать.
The infantry then begins their assault after spotting the enemy.
Мы приняли бой, двоих на той стороне посадили. Мы вдвоем, Кир и я, возле меня, возле пенька.
The main base monitors moment by moment and keeps the infantry informed. The enemy is very close. They must be careful.
Плюс, они мы одного... Сейчас еще стоит там 1, 2.
Одного з***ли, походу, кажуть. Давай, підлітай до оцеї. Це якраз той другий петух, він там і залишив.
Знизу це петух біля галяви.
Да. Хай зазумиться. Хай зазумить. Тікає! Друже, це один.
Как принял, где он есть?
Один під залишився лежати, інший на захід. Якщо спостерігаєте його, відкривайте вогонь.
I remember watching this one too. I noticed in the comments, at least a couple videos back, it may have been another, what just happened to it may have been another one of these senior reaction videos that we've done. But I noticed in the comments, a couple people were like, this is old footage, or we've seen this. And a lot of this stuff, we may have seen parts of it, or we may have seen all of it, but with different narration and different context to the mission or operation, or the just different context to the content is really important. So we will absolutely always rewatch combat footage if there's new or updated information about it, 100% of the time. So that's we've already seen this, yes, and we probably will again.
Видишь его? Мы его не бачим, все, он ушел от нас.
Several enemies are neutralized, but some among them are wounded. They begin to advance to check on them. The bunkers must be checked first. There may be an enemy waiting in ambush inside. They can only advance after the targets are cleared.
Танкуешь? Пошли. Где компанир? Оце?
Там точно вгорі були.
Enemy movement is detected in the bunker. They must intervene immediately with grenades.
Ось що вона, і ламає.
На оружие валяются. Давайте это спрячем. Мы отойдем. Мы отойдем. Тут все. Мы ближе.
Ukrainian soldiers must be careful in this section. The enemy may be waiting in ambush in the bunker.
Там есть тут, да? Контакт сейчас. Да?
Плюс.
Еще одну давай. Они того добивают.
The main base continues to guide the infantry. I would like to point out that the Ukrainian soldiers in the field are 2 people. The performance they show as 2 infantry soldiers is extraordinary.
Давай еще гранату, может.
Іди, синку. Так, стой. Стой.
Там же сидит.
The main base wants the Russian soldiers in the bunker to surrender. It does not want its infantry to engage in unnecessary combat and expend their ammunition. However, the enemy continues to resist.
Отойди.
Давай, жить путаем.
Обрывай. Цинкую.
Да, провода повидергувати ці оці пауки, щоб в них не було зв'язку.
Давай гранати.
На.
Давай тебе гранати, брат. Давай. Давай, ти підтягуйся. Стій сюди.
Ukrainian soldiers call on them to surrender, but there is no response. What will happen next is clear. They will face the consequences.
Цинкуй.
Підходь, закидай. Підходь, закидай всі. Вилазиш, ні!
The main base warns the infantry not to enter inside.
На еще гранату. Є? Кидай. Відходь.
Повилай! Давай, па! Нормально.
Зашла?
Лазиш!
Плюс, кошмарим. Давай.
Душара!
A Ukrainian soldier hears the sound of a drone. We cannot clearly see the drone, but it is an enemy drone.
Птичка висит, чья-то птичка. Не прошло, провода обрезали провода, он там не выходит.
Ми до вас
Ukrainian soldiers immediately move to a protected area.
Плюс. Еще небо на контроле. Давай тут укрытие займем пока. Небо контроль, не наша пташка может быть. Наших пташек тут нету.
Although we cannot see it in the footage, the enemy drone is successfully shot down.
That's crazy.
The main base plans to attack the enemy bunker with a drone. They want to somehow demoralize the enemy.
I respect the main base for telling those two guys not to push into that dugout. You could tell at one of the parts there, the Russians shooting from down in the bunker, and it sounds deep. And I think that boondodge or that bunker is probably deeper or has more pathways than these two guys realize. So really good call by the command there. I love to see that rather than just saying, just push it. It's one guy, push it. Nah.
After this phase of the operation, all enemy elements in the area are neutralized. The Russian soldiers found in the bunker then surrender. Created in the forested area.
Really cool, man. Again, check out this guy's channel, Senor Military. He's got a ton of subs, and I see why. He makes good content. If anybody has some kind of contact with him, let's try to get in touch with him because I have some questions about a few things that I want to know about how he does, how he's making some of this content, where he's located. Nothing sketchy, but I'm just curious about how he does what he does. Very cool footage. Once again, 3rd Assault Brigade putting in work. We saw this first assault and we saw the second assault before. But a little bit more context here. Plus, I was able to add some context that wasn't in this video. So that was kind of cool. Anyways, you guys, again, do me a favor. Please like, share, subscribe. Go check out our TCCC Adapted series if you are not even being a combat medic. If you think you're going to be in combat at any time in the near future, it's really important that, in my opinion at least, you go check that stuff out because there's no certified courses. There's nothing you're going to take online. Anything that's going to be able to give you the information that I'm recommending here with old school TCCC and some of the new school stuff that we've learned here in the war in Ukraine that I've also added into some of these courses. So check it out, you guys. I love you. We'll see you in the next video.